Hey guys, welcome back to Talk to Yue. In this video, we're going to be continuing our simulation of the HSK 4 exam with the new format, so with the format 3.0 that is valid from July 2026. If you missed part 1 of this series, you can go back to my playlist and check it out so that you see all the exercises that will be included in the exam. As you will see, the exercise type is not so different compared to the previous exam. What changes is mostly the vocabulary list that you have to know. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to look at the second part of the reading section, that is, the small paragraphs that you need to read and pick the most correct answer. As you can see, this section has a lot of questions from number 43 to 57, and today we're going to do the questions up until number 50, because those are the paragraphs where you have one question per paragraph, while the last questions are slightly more complicated, so they require a separate video. So as always, my technique is to first read the question marked with the star and then your options. So then by the time you go and read the paragraph, you already know what you are expected to answer. So let's read this question. Number 43. 根据这段话可以知道. So when reading this paragraph, we can know A. 年轻人不喜欢做饭. 年轻人 means young people do not like cooking. B. 自己做饭更健康. 自己 self, so making food by yourself, cooking yourself, is even more 健康 healthy. C. 做饭很浪费时间. Cooking, 浪费 means to waste, wastes a lot of time. And lastly, 外面的食物更便宜. 食物 means food. It is a synonym of fun. So outside food, meaning takeaway food or food that is cooked in a restaurant, is even more 便宜, cheap. So we know we're talking about cooking, so let's go and read the paragraph to see which one of these options is mentioned. So the paragraph says, 最近很多年轻人开始学习做饭，他们认为自己做饭不但更健康，而且还能节省不少钱。So 最近 recently 很多年轻人 many young people 开始学习做饭 have started to study or to learn how to cook. 他们认为 they believe 自己做饭 to cook yourself 不但而且 not only but also it is not only 更健康 healthier but also you can 节省 you can save 不少钱不少 it's like saying 很多 so you can save a lot of money. So let's go look at the options again. Option A told us that young people 不喜欢做饭. That is not true because the paragraph says young people are starting to cook more. B said 自己做饭更健康. And we can find exactly this sentence 更健康. So it is very much option B because we do not have any mention of wasting time and if anything 外卖的食物更贵. It is more expensive. That is how cooking yourself is cheaper. So it is option B. Then let's go to number 44. 黎明为什么觉得坐地铁方便? Li Ming is a name. So why does Li Ming think that going by 地铁, so going by underground, by metro, is comfortable, is convenient? A says 地铁很便宜, so it is cheap. B says 他家离公司很近. His house compared to his company is very close. C says 他可以在路上看书. He can. 在路上 means literally on the street, but meaning on his way while he is going there. He can read. And D is 地铁上人很少. The people on the metro are very few. So let's see which one of these is mentioned. 黎明每天坐地铁上班. 虽然路上需要40分钟, 但是他可以利用这段时间看书, 所以他觉得很方便. Li Ming every day goes to work by underground. 虽然 even though this way takes 40 minutes, however, he can use this time to 看书, to read. Therefore, he thinks it's very convenient. So we do not have a mention of 便宜. We also do not know if he lives very close to where he works. We do have a mention of 看书, and there's also no mention of how many people are on the underground. So it is option C. Let's go to number 45. 学校这样做的目的是 So 学校 is the school. 这样做的目的 means objective. Be careful because, of course, this is a the. You sometimes read it the, such as in the word 目的. So the objective of the school in doing this is A. 提高学习成绩 to increase 成绩 the results of studying. B. 节省时间 to save time. C. 保护环境 保护 to protect the environment. D. 增加收入 to increase 增加 increase the income 收入 the salary. So let's read the paragraph. 为了保护环境，学校决定减少使用一次性塑料样品，希望学生养成环保习惯。So 为了 means in order to. In order to 保护环境. So in order to protect the environment. So we actually have our answer already because it is C. In order to protect the environment, the school decided to 减少 to reduce the use of single-use plastics, hoping 希望 hoping that the students cultivate 养成 cultivate 环保 that is an abbreviation of 环境保护 so environmental protection 习惯 a habit. So hoping that the students build a habit of protecting the environment. So the objective of this school is very much 保护环境 So it is C. 46. 王老师为什么建议学生阅读 So Wang 老师 so Professor Wang, why does he 建议 suggest, recommend that students read? A. 可以赚更多钱赚 to earn money. So you can earn more money. B. 可以提高表达能力 You can increase your 能力 ability to 表达 to express. So you can express yourself better. Then C. 可以减少作业 You can reduce 作业 homework. And D. 可以早点毕业毕业 means to graduate. So you can graduate earlier. So let's read. 王老师建议学生每天坚持阅读坚持 to persist, to continue. 因为阅读能够帮助大家提高表达能力 So Professor Wang recommends that students continue reading every day because reading can help everybody 提高 increase our ability to express ourselves. So, of course, in the actual exam, the questions will probably be a bit harder than this, maybe use some synonyms, but I think this simulation is a good transition between the different levels because you can focus on getting to know the vocabulary that is added to the list. Then, 47, 根据这段话可以知道 So, we can know A. 明天可能下雨 Tomorrow, it maybe will rain. B. 今天下大雨 So today it rained a lot. C. 大家忘记带雨伞 Everybody forgot to bring an umbrella. And D. 天气一直很好 The weather has always been good. Let's read. 天气预报说明天会下大雨所以很多人提前准备好了雨伞 So, 天气预报 means to forecast. So the weather forecast said that tomorrow, so we're talking about tomorrow, it will rain a lot. 下大雨 Therefore, many people 提前 in advance, many people in advance, they have prepared their umbrellas. So let's go back to the options. Of course, we're talking about tomorrow, so we eliminate option B because it talks about 今天. Option A talks about 明天, so that is an option, and it fits the idea that the weather forecast is to rain. Of course, the paragraph says 下大雨, but in any case, 下雨, it's going to rain. Option C talks about forgetting your umbrella, and that is the opposite because people are preparing them. And then the mention of the weather being good is nowhere in the paragraph, so it is option A. Then, let's go to number 48. 人们为什么喜欢骑自行车上下班? Why do people like to 下班, to come home from work by bike? And the option are A, 因为速度最快. 速度 means speed. So the speed is the highest, so it is the fastest way. B, 因为价格最高. Because the price, 价格, is the highest. So already this option doesn't make a lot of sense because why would you like something where the price is the highest? Then C, 因为环保并且有利于健康. So because of 环保, so environmental protection, 并且, moreover, it is useful for 健康, for health. And then D, 因为不需要时间, because it doesn't require any time. So let's read. 现在越来越多的人喜欢骑自行车上下班，因为这样该环保又有利于身体健康。So 现在 now more and more people 越来越多 more and more people like to go home by bike because this can 环保 this can protect the environment 有 and also be useful for our 身体健康 for our health. So of course the option does not include 身体 but it is the same concept. So we can see that it is option C because it does not talk about time 时间 and it does not talk about how fast it is. Then let's go to number 49. We have 张华 which is a name of a person. 张华是怎么认识新朋友的? So how did 认识, so how did this person get to know a new friend or this new friend? A says 通过网络. So 网络 is the network, so internet. So it is through the internet. Or B says 通过参加活动. 参加 participate in an activity, an event. Then C 通过家人介绍 because family members introduce them. Or 通过同事介绍 so because their colleagues introduce them. 张华搬到新城市以后通过参加各种活动认识了许多新朋友 So 张华 so this person moved after 以后 after moving to a new city through 参加 through joining 各 means any all kinds of through joining all kinds of activities he 认识 he got to know 许多 many new friends. So it is through 参加活动 so it is very much option B. And then let's go to the last question we will do in this video. So it is number 50. 在家办公的一个优点是 优点 means an advantage. So an advantage of working from home or having a home office is A 增加工作时间 to add to increase work time. Or B 减少交通时间 it reduces 交通 is traffic or transport. So to reduce essentially commute time. C is 更容易迟到 you are late more easily. And D 收入更低 the salary is even lower D. So of course the difficulty of this question is to know what 优点 means. 优点 means an advantage, so we need to pick an answer that is positive. So of course A says increasing work time. That's not necessarily a good thing. Same for C, being late more easily. And same for D, the salary is even lower. So we expect the answer to be B, you reduce commute time. But let's read anyways to check. That is why it's very useful if you read the answers first. You can already assume the answer and you read the paragraph just to make sure. So number 50 says, 很多公司现在允许员工在家办公，这样可以减少上下班花费的时间。So many companies now are requiring personnel, 员工, to work from home. This way they can 减少 reduce, so going and coming back from work, 花费 spent 的时间, so the time spent on going and coming back. So that is a synonym of 交通 because that is the commute time. So you reduce commute time. That is option B, as we thought. So for this video, we're going to end here because as you see, the next few questions have one paragraph with two questions linked to it. So it is slightly different. So I made this simulation a bit easier than the actual exam so that you can build up to it and you can focus on getting familiar with the exercise types and the new words that might appear. So with the following videos, I will gradually increase the difficulty every time so that you are fully comfortable with all the difficulties of the exam by the time HSK 3.0 comes into place. So for now, we're going to stop here. Thank you so much for going through this simulation with me, and I wish you best of luck in your Chinese learning journey. 再见!